All right, so we have our next video on compounds. Compounds are a subcategory of pure substances. They are composed of two or more atoms. Different ways that we should say two or more atoms in a whole number ratio. And with these compounds, what we mean by a whole number ratio is we can refer to the symbol for water. So water is H2O. Now, before that, ways to represent a compound, you can represent them with one capital letter plus a number. So for example, Br2. That's a compound because there's two or more atoms in it. You can also represent a compound by two or more capital letters and numbers. Okay, so like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sugar. All right, so there's more than one capital letter, and in some cases, there's more than one number. So what we have with compounds is we have whole number ratios. So the formula for water is H2O. Some basic vocabulary for you. This little guy down here, this number is called a subscript because it's written at the bottom. If there is no subscript present, the number is going to be referred to as 1. So in this compound of water, there are two hydrogens, and since there's nothing written after the oxygen, it's a 1. So the ratio for water is 2 to 1. There are 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. The total number of atoms for water is 3 atoms. One example that we did in class is we looked at the formula methanol, which is CH4O. Okay, so what I want you to do, I want you to tell me the ratio, and I want you to tell me the total number of atoms. So go ahead and pause the video and write the ratio and write the total number of atoms. All right, you should have paused the video and now you're back. So the ratio, we're just going to read this left to right. And the first element I have is carbon, and there's nothing after it, so I know it's a 1. Put my little ratio symbol. My next element is hydrogen, and there's 4 of them. And now I have oxygen. There's nothing here, so I know it's a 1. So my ratio is 1 to 4 to 1. Next, for the total number, you have to add up our subscripts. So 1, 4, 1. There's a total of 6 atoms. Okay, so that's your crash course on compounds.